You're listening to The Sacred CEO, your go-to mini podcast for energy-boosted business magic. I'm Elyse Falzone, your spiritual sage, and here we treat your business like the living, breathing soul that it is. Energy meets strategy. Each episode, I'll channel insights, check in with the chakra blueprint of your organization, and give your business the soulful upgrade it's been waiting for. Let's make business sacred and successful. Happy Tuesday! Today's episode on The Sacred CEO, we are diving into the French lifestyle, into the European ways, and connecting with strategic partnerships. So if you're looking for more strategic partnerships, this may just be the episode for you to witness, watch, listen to. I am so excited about our guest, our featured business today, a dear friend of mine, Amelie, and her business, Oh La La Events. This is such a cool concept. She is my French gal, my French girlfriend, and she creates these beauty and chill events. They're one-day beauty and wellness retreats in a private villa in Sarasota, serving all women that are ready to pause and prioritize themselves through wellness, self-care, beauty, connection, fun. I love these events. I've had the opportunity to actually be one of the vendors at the events. We did a night event. So it was beauty and glam. And I was doing oracle card readings for the women who chose into that particular section of the event. And it's just so fun. It's beautiful. You get to relax and chill so many times, especially for those of you who are in the US. We don't really understand the European ways here. To slow down, to chill, to enjoy a glass of wine, to enjoy a present, long, deep conversation with someone. Okay, Amelie is bringing the magic when it comes to this lifestyle and allowing women to choose into that yes for themselves, to receive pampering, to receive nourishment, to get a little brow lift or a chair massage, or have a nice glass of wine in the pool, allowing that sun to shine down and the peacocks that strut around the property. It's a beautiful opportunity to really receive. And so today we're going into the soul essence of Oh La La and really bringing forward what is the next step, and the step for scalability, the step for growth, for more money streams. Any business that you run, one stream of income is beautiful, but I always recommend, and the business really usually, I can't say all businesses, but usually want some other stream of income to come with it. And if you do have a singular product, then diversifying your income in other areas is really smart, because those multiple streams allows for dips to happen, surges to happen, and for everything to stay in this beautifully balanced way. So we're going to just dive right in. I say that a lot. We're going to dive right in. But it's like I literally envision every time I say it, like going scuba diving. And I don't even scuba dive, but like going in to see the colors of the fish, to see the stripes, to see the details. And so immediately what is coming forward as I tapped in right before this episode is that Oh La La has a strong sacral and heart frequency. There's this connectiveness, which is that relationships of the sacral chakra. The heart frequency, the let's hear your story. I want to sit with you. I want to learn more. Let's play. Let's be in this lavish energy together. There's sensory, it's experiential, it's embodied, it's social, it's in the moment feelings. These are all things, by the way, that you can use for your marketing. And these are also really good things for those of you who are listening for your own business. What are the sensations? What are the energies, the ideals that people experience when they're with you? Because these are things that can be keywords in your marketing, on your social media, on your website, pulling that forward. You're not just planning events, you're curating feelings. People have a feeling. I love traveling abroad, not just to Europe, but when I travel abroad, it's a feeling when I get to experience another culture. The beauty, the beauty of Beauty and Chill and the Oh La La events is turning up the Frenchness, okay? Turning up this beautiful uniqueness that you are this French gal, bringing this energy forward. It is a sensation and it is a feeling. So don't dim that in any way. We actually want to ramp that up with more intensity. Ooh, I got some other really good things coming in here too. Okay, so I circled this, package the feeling. So when you do share on social media, when you do share, the visuals are beautiful because, it's like women in their beautiful straw hat on the lounge or someone getting their massage, but package the feeling that you are actually bringing France to them. And what does that mean? You can't, maybe you're not able to get away and travel to France, but I'm bringing France to you. I'm bringing the French lifestyle to you, where you can experience the slowness and the expansiveness and the connectedness. So good, like drip it like honey. Okay, get curious about creating predictable presence. I have to think about that for a moment because I wrote that before getting on. Okay. Yes. So this was in relation to social media. I believe because I know you personally, your presence in the community is very clear. It's very there. People know you, people see you, people experience you, people love you. But when it comes to online and the kind of the ripple effect of presence, that is something that we want to turn the dial up on. So get curious about creating predictable presence. So for instance, when I brought this mini podcast out, The Sacred CEO, I was like, maybe I'll just do it when I feel like it. And my husband was like, absolutely not. People need to know when your episodes are dropping. And I was like, okay, well, once a week doesn't feel great enough. Twice a week is like, and he was like, okay, 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And that's what I did. And no matter what, I'm getting these episodes out. It's a commitment I've made to myself. And so there's predictable presence inside of that. And because of that, my Instagram feed is also, there's more reels, there's more energy, there's more engagement happening. And so I know your business is a much more in-person type of business, energy business, but when you are the only one that's having to run your energy and you have to meet all these people, there's a max amount of connections and there's a max amount of space that you have in your schedule and a max amount of energy that you have in your schedule for however many of those humans for you to meet. So the social media is going to allow the ripple effect to grow longer, stronger, wider. So maybe it's a simple commitment of 1 or 2 very powerful reels every single week. And if it's not that, maybe every Monday you start a live, or maybe every Thursday. I don't know what's a good French day. Choose your day, and maybe you just go live on Instagram, and you have people, maybe vendors that you use at your events, or maybe people who've experienced your events to just come on and chat and like, what was it like for them? And maybe you come in and tell stories. It doesn't matter what the thing is. I've talked about this on so many of these episodes. It doesn't matter what you choose, but choose something. Maybe it's a newsletter list to all of your following and your email list. Maybe it's a connected story from the French countryside that you share once a week. And that is the consistency. If you are inconsistent with your audience, you're there not thinking about you consistently. But if you're consistent with your audience, then there's a consistent flow. Like, oh yeah, there's Amelie. Oh yeah, there's the Oh La La events. Oh yeah. Oh, I went to that event last month, but maybe I need to invite my friend this month. And so you want to stay top of mind. So I'm going to say this again. Get curious about creating predictable presence. Some sort of consistency. And I'm not saying it has to be every single day. Would it benefit? Yes. But choose something. A newsletter, a blog, a consistent number of reels, something that your presence is always there at that time of day or that time of week. Okay, I've hit on that enough. We're going to go now into strategic partnerships. This was the biggest piece of downloaded information that came through, is that you have these beautiful beauty and chill events. They're for the community. They're amazing. They're great. They're awesome. And they are just continuing, like, ongoing things. Two things before I get to the partnerships. Actually, one thing before I get to the partnerships. I saw a visual of like a VIP beauty and chill, or a VIP evening. You wouldn't even have to call it beauty and chill. It could be a new name. But having a catered dinner, this would be a higher price point to come experience. And a curated dinner that's like a 5-course, 7-course experience with a catered chef could still be at that same villa, but it's a like, come experience the luxury of France. And maybe, maybe everybody brings a bottle of wine. Maybe all the wine is there curated. It could be a wine tasting with this luxury dinner, but it's like, come have a seat at the table. And it's like hours of food and drinks and really just this luxury of meeting fabulous women in the community and coming to just have an epic night out with your girlfriends. And that feels really fancy and fabulous. And maybe even after, there's some sort of like spa moment for everybody. I don't really know, but I just saw this luxury curated dinner where everyone's got a seat at the table and it's like no phones allowed kind of thing. And it's just this beautiful, rich, decadent experience. So that's one thing. French elegance, European leisure, slow pleasure and connection. That's what I wrote down beside that. Okay, now we're talking about strategic partnerships. This is really powerful, and this is a really big hotspot for those of you in business who are struggling to be seen, who are struggling to get your message out there. Sometimes social media isn't the way. It's a beautiful way, and it is a very powerful tool if you use it intentionally to connect and to create and to call in your avatar. Beautiful. And also, we can look at strategic partnerships. What kind of partnerships go in tandem with your business? So Amelie, for you, I am envisioning partnerships with corporate events, with women's clubs around town, with wedding curators, any sort of wedding vendor list for you to be on, because you have the ability to, once again, going back up to what I said earlier, you are curating a feeling type of experience. You are curating the French elegance. The name of what came forward for this was French soirees, right? Creating French soirees. So corporate events, they've got all kinds of quarterly parties and annual this thing and team building events, and we're going to go celebrate this project we just finished. So corporations are always looking for curated experiences and events. You could even, again, still use that same villa that you use and or create or set up, at different venues, but bringing your French soiree event to these corporate events, to people where you are bringing the French energy, that elegance, the leisure, the deliciousness, the food, the fun, the beauty, the pleasure. Women's clubs around town, they've got meetings every month. Sometimes they're garden clubs. Sometimes they're, out on the golf course. Sometimes they've got catered lunches. That your expression and experience could be one of their events. And then same thing with weddings. I envision brides, whether it's for, oh my gosh, what is that called? I am married and have been for a very long time, but it's been rehearsal dinners. Rehearsal dinners. You could curate this entire French soiree rehearsal dinner, and again, use your vendors and your caterers and your pampering vendors to come in and create essentially a beauty and chill event, but for these wedding parties, for bridal parties. Maybe it's the day event that they do for bachelorette parties, is creating this French soiree, and you are one of the names that these wedding planners say, like, hey, if you're gonna have something with your girls, you definitely want to hire Amelie and Oh La La Events, because it's epic and amazing, and you are going to experience this beautiful lushness and beautiful expression of love and celebration for yourself. So the strategic partnerships feels like the next level for you. It feels like the amplification of the financial flow. And I'm getting a little as I'm talking, which means there's some sort of fear there. So we're just going to clear that out, because it is going to require you to connect. It is going to require you to voice that. It is going to require you to set up those meetings, but girl, you got this. Clearing out whatever is in the throat of Amelie, the business actually feels clean and clear there. Business is just like ready for fun. Like, I'm just here. I'm here for the ride. I'm here for the party. And those strategic partnerships helps it all evolve. It helps it all expand, and anything else that wants to come in here. The strategic partnerships help for you to be seen more without necessarily having to master social media. I'm not at all in any way, shape, or form saying don't use social media. I think it's silly not to in today's day and age. And there are very strategic ways, especially because you are hyper-focused on a very specific area of town, that all these celebration and holiday parties and weddings and women's clubs and corporate events, I just see it all over the place. And it's really, really cool. So that's it, girl. That's what we got. And for those of you listening, let me know, what did you receive? What was inspired today? And what strategic partnership are you going to go out and create from this? Mwah, 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 mwah. I will see y'all later. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to The Sacred CEO, your go-to mini podcast for energy-boosted business magic. I'm Elyse Falzone, your spiritual sage, and I'll see you on the next round. And for those of you who are ready for your own business soulful upgrade, be sure to click the link below in the show notes to apply to have your business featured on the show. Love and awakening. Bye-bye.